Hi, if you found your way here, welcome, and thank you for joining me here today for another reading. I trust that the messages that are meant to find you will land with you, and as always, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And as always, I channel only directly from the Most High Divine God Source. I've set the intentions, the protection space. So welcome, get comfy and settle in, and let's see what comes through for you. Straight away, as I was pulling some cards from the Intuition Oracle, I had this image coming through of two men, and I heard the word tussle, and I'm feeling like this is aspects of yourself. This could be your ego self and your soul self almost fighting, but the source wisdom is that you don't need to fight anymore, and you can let down your guard because you're being guided and everything's being overseen. We have these two like eyes at the top that are overseeing the situation. It's almost like in The Great Gatsby with the dream and the all-seeing eyes of God overseeing like the desolate. It's not the swamp. It's like the Matrix society, everything that's playing out, and everything is unfolding in divine timing. And there's a lot of birds around this image, which symbolize freedom and like spirit guides and innate wisdom that can come in the smaller things in life. Not everything is going to come forward in really strong signs and big, signposts. I'm seeing it's like some things will come in the small symbols, like birds, like bird song. The power of your voice, the power of frequency of song is significant. And I'm getting that's about release right now. And I'm hearing the word transfiguration whilst I'm looking at this animal, this bird soaring over. So it's like you've been going through this transfiguration time, but your ego self or whatever part of you that's been holding you back has been tussling with your higher self. This could also be playing out in relationships in your life in terms of family or significant other or friendships, take it as it resonates. But yeah, a tussle of one state of being to another during this transformation, transfiguration, and it's all being watched over. And it's like, I'll show you the image of these two men. So here, fighting, and I think the masculine is significant because obviously we have divine masculine and feminine energy, but the masculine is like almost testosterone. I'm hearing it's kind of like it's the power play, it's about control, it's about fighting for dominance, and the ego wants to win in any way it can by putting down others. And this could be happening to you, but also in your field, as in elements of yourself that are trying to fight the need to surrender in this time of transformation, the part of you that doesn't want to let go out of fear of the unknown and what it's going to be like on the other side and what you'll look like, or not necessarily physically, but that too, but what you'll be like, what will everything be like on the other side of this, and we don't know, and we have to surrender to the divine for that, and that can be a really scary process. And I'm just hearing trust and let go and allow yourself to be watched over by the divine and by your spirit guides, these animal guides, and by Mother Nature, Mother Gaia. And the divine feminine here is always present in the land and in yourself. And the feminine is resting as this tussle is coming to an end, and you need to actively put down the fight, the thing that's been, I'm really feeling like this could be an old way of being that doesn't resonate with your new frequency, with the new earth, with who you are now. Even it might not resonate with the divine feminine aspect of yourself that you've been, I'm hearing, working on over the last few years, on learning how to rest and surrender and be in the feminine. And so it's kind of like, in order to move forward with a balanced masculine and feminine within and without the union, we have to let go of the need to control and fight and learn how to surrender to the landscape, to the land, to Mother Gaia, to the healing energies of nature that are all abundant in this card. And the next card we have, sorry, I'll just read the back of that. The back of this one says the fighters, and the affirmation is, I fight my resistance to accepting the dualities of life. And I was really feeling that it's about masculine and feminine, and the masculine fighting to be on top, the doing energy, the needing to prove and win. How can we amend that affirmation? I fight my resistance to surrendering to the flow of life. I release any resistance to the flow of life. I accept everything as it is within my life, and the things that I do not accept, I work on learning how to surrender into and why they are playing out in my field in the way they are. And as this mentions, the dualities of life, the light, the dark, the physical, the etheric, the masculine, the feminine. Life has and is duality, and releasing resistance of that releases restriction, I'm hearing, and allows for this transfiguration to take place. I know transfiguration is a very witchy, like Harry Potter word, but that's the word I've been getting throughout this reading. And the next card I have from the Time Traveler's Oracle that I'd pulled for you is Trust, which is a beautiful confirmation of what I was getting before. I think I was channeling about the trust and the trust in the process of surrender during this transformation. And we have water, ocean, which is always obviously divine feminine intuition, but it is surrender. It can be beautiful, Mother Earth, the waters, sacred, holy, but it can also be ferocious and intense, and almost sometimes you have to fight the oceans to or flow with them, but to get your way ahead, or it seems like that. Again, this imagery, the wording I'm getting of fighting and surrender and working with the feminine, which is the flow. And like, you know, this is Polynesian voyages, and there's so much depth to that. And I'm sorry to go to a Disney film, but I am getting the imagery of Moana, and it is about trusting in the journey and the journey unfolding and not always knowing where that's going to lead us. And often we can set out on our journey with an intention in mind, and actually the journey as it unfolds leads to a new realization of self, a new transfigured self, and not one that we necessarily intended or knew where we was going to get to. We could even end up in a different place to what our mind and ego intended, but it's exactly as the divine knew and intended for it to play out that way. Something so sacred about the waters here. I'm really very much getting the movement, not just from the boats, but from the water. Is like it's like it's alive. The energy of the water is alive, and I'm feeling that it's been like a long night. This could be referring to the dark night of the soul, though I feel that many of you here have already been through that process, maybe multiple times, but a long time ago. But if you are going through the dark night of the soul, trust that I'm never going to say that it's over, because we're always on a period of learning, unlearning, and awakening. But you can't have the dark without the light, and you can't have the light without the dark. And when we go through the dark times, we can feel the light stronger. You feel it all the more, I'm hearing, the next day. And so just trust that that light is going to come in. This is the dawn of a new day for you. The light is coming in. You've done so much hard work. I feel like you've done a lot of work on yourself, and your guides are so proud of you. Your ancestors, this is an ancestral feeling I'm getting. Your ancestors are so proud of you because you've come so far, not just for yourself, but for your family line. You've done so much healing, conscious and unconsciously. And I just feel like they want to say a massive prayer of gratitude to you for everything you've done for the family line, backwards and going forwards. And that very much could be your children in the future, but your family line regardless. So I'm getting fertile new beginnings, the dawn of the new day, and the solar plexus, and working with the solar plexus in correlation with the heart and the throat chakra. So it's your willpower, it's your masculine energy, it's your why, it's your passion, it's your soul purpose, why you're here. But melding that with the feminine, the heart, womb space, the being, the feeling, the trusting, the surrendering, the knowing, the gnosis, and then the expression of these things, your divine unique expression that is different from everybody else's on this planet. When you cease to exist, I'm hearing, it's like the echo of your physical presence on the world, in the world, is remembered and missed, not just by those in your circles, but by the earth, because your frequency is unique and powerful, and you are here for that reason. So anytime you feel like you're coming away from yourself and spending your time around, I'm not saying negative, but it's not negative, but around triggering people or circumstances, it takes you that little bit further and further away from who you are. And trust, when that happens, maybe they're not your people, it's not your places, but take that as a reminder to come back. Literally had to do a deep breath then, and I'm feeling that significant. It's like to literally come back into your own space, into your own energy field, into your vibration. Like, have you sat with your energy, and what does that feel like? That's a really powerful thing to do. When you know what your energy and frequency is, you know in day-to-day life when you're being pulled out of that, and when you're in a frequency that is not yours. Like, so often we can misinterpret and misunderstand emotions and think that it's ours. Like, oh, this person, not in a victimizing way, they've not made me feel this way, I'm feeling this way because I was triggered by something somebody said or did, but that's because that emotion is in me or you. But it's also like trusting the flow of situations as they're playing out, and stepping away from those that don't resonate, and when they take you out of your frequency, really, really being conscious and aware of that, and coming back to yourself and your sacred vibration, because we don't want to alter that. We want that to be as it is, for the betterment of the world, of everybody. I'm getting something about layers, not just clothing, but it's like, who are you beneath the surface? I'm feeling like this is about masks as well. I'm hearing like the version of ourselves that we present to the world, and trying to be something better than what you are. And the universe is just saying, I'm hearing, you're already a pretty perfect version of who you are and what you're meant to be. You're not meant to be like anybody else. And so, you know, society standards of makeup and plastic surgery and fashions and whatever it is, whether it's permanent or impermanent, we don't want to be the same. So why would we want to condition ourselves to all be the same because we think that looks good? Somebody might think someone looks better than someone else if they're in the prescribed stereotypical things of what good looking is, but to be truly attractive is to be in your own soul essence and frequency, because that raises you, yourself, your vibe, your tribe, your community, and the planet. So be true to you. Take off the layers that aren't working for you. Something about muscles here, I never get this. Think about like strength training I'm hearing, but it's like, it's not always about the external, it's about the inner work. And even weight gain is often obviously subconscious, but it's the need to protect yourself, which comes from a feeling of vulnerability, and maybe not feeling seen or understood, or fear of being misunderstood by others, maybe a childhood wound around misunderstanding, people pleasing, not taking the time for yourself. And things come in a cosmic spiral, and it's kind of like, sometimes we are progressing forwards on our soul journey, but things look like they're going backwards because it's in a spiral, or going forwards. But we might be reconnecting with a part of our timeline, particularly something from childhood that affects our inner child, that comes up to be seen and recognized and healed, transfigured again, because it's a part of you, but some old parts of ourselves may be holding us back, maybe holding you back. And it's like that tussle again. It's like, your inner child doesn't want to fight, but they will fight if they feel threatened or insecure or vulnerable, because it's self-defense mechanisms that are playing out from childhood in your current everyday reality. And so how can we soften and feel protected and protect ourselves, nourish ourselves enough to feel safe, seen, not forgotten, and understand yourself? Really work on understanding yourself. Again, it's sitting in your frequency, because when you understand yourself, the world will understand you. And if they don't, they're not your people. But the people that do understand you will be attracted to your vibe. I know it's that thing, your vibe attracts your tribe, but it's true, because they'll be attracted to you when you're empowered and in your sovereign power. And people that don't like that or threatened by that is potentially because they're in a space and an energy of insecurity and defense mechanisms. So yeah, like trying to, it's very much inner child, like making yourself feel safe, grounded, root chakra, connecting with the earth, with your inner child, to feel safe and secure. Even if it's things like little techniques, if you feel vulnerable or scared in any situation, like, you know, like round around the garden when you're a child, I'm getting that, like even like doing that on your hand is soothing and satisfying, because it's connection. It's a way to tap into your inner child. Again, this is nervous system, so I'm getting like tapping techniques and like hugging and the butterfly kind of rocking back and forward. Something you can do to comfort your inner child in potentially stressful situations that you might be going through in this transition. And just knowing that you've got this, like, you know how to protect yourself and therefore your inner child. And it's just like learning how to protect yourself in a way that means you don't have to yell or defend, or get in somebody else's face, because you're better than that now. And there may be an old defensiveness that wants to come out of pure like injustice and fight your battles on your behalf, but the universe will always step in to protect you and keep you safe and fight your battles for you without you even needing to fight. So it's trusting again, and surrender and patience. We have under the Bodhi tree, northern India, 28 may be significant, but yeah, sitting with yourself, with your frequency, with your emotions, who and where you are, and letting the storm pass. I'm hearing, letting the external figure out what it's doing. And like, a lot of people in the world are going through awakenings right now. We all are on many different levels and different layers. No one's further ahead in any way necessarily, but we're in different places with it. And often when you're empathic, you can feel the vibration of what everyone else is going through, or you could be in a really beautiful sacred space on a happy moment, a happy day that you're feeling great, and then somebody else just drops their shit, and it's just like, oh, and you feel into that, and it's like, almost like, how dare they, but also forgive them, for they know not what they do. It's like having forgiveness and awareness, but also not letting that bring you away from your vibration, because you've been through that and you don't need to reconnect with that. And if you want to reconnect with that, you can go into it, but it's like the universe is saying, you've done so much healing, and it's like, this is your time now, this is your sacred time. And if you're in a place of like hanged man energy, of waiting, potentials, I'm seeing, what's the word, perceived is what I'm getting, perceived stagnancy, which means it's not stagnant, even though it may feel like it. Seeds are germinating beneath the surface. I've been getting that for a while in collective readings, but everything's happening. Look at this landscape changing behind this Buddha, behind you. Your landscape is shifting and changing. The universe is conspiring on your behalf, I just heard. And you can find your peace and your zen. And it doesn't matter that everybody else might be freaking out outside of you, because that's their shit. Like, don't let it affect your frequency. Find your inner zen, because that's going to help in the coming months and years as you step into your divine leadership and empowerment, as you empower yourself to be the God goddess that you are, the God particle, the source particle in your everyday embodied grounded being. Like, you need to be grounded to live out your higher soul frequency and soul mission in this lifetime. So use this time and space wisely. Instead of focusing on what's not right, focus on you time, on you, on sacred space, on what is happening for you. Connect with the trees, with nature, and rest, I'm hearing. Ironically, the card behind that was chaos, with a picture of Mount Vesuvius. And I really feel like that is just what I was just saying. Like, I don't think this is your energy particularly. I think this is in your field, and this is you. And it's kind of like, this was on top of here. So it's like, you can let yourself be pulled into this. You can have moments of this in your lifetime, but I feel like you've done a lot of healing, a lot of working through dark nights of the soul. And this is, you know, that's that light coming through. The light is here for you now. And this light, this kind of solar plexus, sacral power, raw energy is here too. And it's like, that's what's emerging in you. And in the collective, it's actually creative and beautiful, but it seems like a tower moment because it's a collapsing of old systems and ways, but it's beautiful creation energy. And I was actually reading this morning about how volcanoes, like in Hawaii and anywhere, any volcanoes in the world, is a sacred feminine energy. It's like the womb of Mother Earth. It's like menstruation, which is release and regeneration. It's kind of like exploding. It's like sacred rage and anger. This could be related to you now, that's been suppressed. It's okay for that to come out because it is sacred, and often we label it and judge it and shame it, and it's like, it needs to come out. Anger needs safe expression. This could be also related to the inner child again. It wants to come out safely and be seen and acknowledged, and it's like, if we don't let it be seen, and I'm just hearing thunder's coming. If we don't let it be seen, it will explode. And again, it's sacred regardless. But this is like the society right now. It's like things have been kept labeled, judged small, suppressed for too long, like secrets, everything. It's like, it can't stay the same way that it has been. It hasn't been working. And the creative powers, the divine feminine, is like exploding in pure rage, and like, I will be seen and acknowledged and respected. I will not be suppressed anymore. I will empower myself. And ironically, there's this like smooth, serene water at the bottom, and it is that meeting of the lava, the fiery fire energy of the feminine meeting with the waters and the earth and the soft energy. And it's kind of like bringing balance to the fire, bringing safety and security to the external noise, sitting in your own vibration, observing. I feel like I need to just observing everything that's happening that seems chaotic or might be chaotic. Yes, we can look at where it reflects into us internally, and what's going on within us that may be chaotic, but we can just observe the noise of the external and just, yeah, observe with non-attachment and non-judgment and let it pass by. I just pulled a card which says the romantics, and the affirmation is, I allow romance to touch my heart every day. I'm getting like there may be somebody in your life that you've looked up to all your life. This may be a father figure or a romantic figure, someone that you've looked up to all your life, and they've kind of just been recently like looking away, like a little bit non-attached, and that makes you crave or long for their attention and affection even more. And there's this angel overseeing all of this with the full moon, like, which is bringing up repressed emotions. This could be repressed emotions from childhood attached to a father figure, a masculine figure, where you just craved more affection, and affection was given, but it's kind of distant, like the masculine is looking away. And this all played out as it was meant to be so that you could become empowered, but it may have left you feeling like craving validation externally and craving to feel enough. Most of us walk around not feeling good enough, but I'm really getting that. It's like you maybe have never felt enough, and that's why you strove so hard at the first part of your life for success, for the illusion in a way that when you get this thing or you get that job or that house or whatever, that you'll be then finally good enough. And there's a newsflash is that it never works like that. If you're putting all of your effort and energy and time in being good enough in the future, when this, when that, you might achieve the thing, but then still be longing and at a loss for the thing that you want, which is really, you can only give it to yourself. You can give yourself the validation you're craving. And I'm getting that this is also to do with your sacred inner masculine, your masculine energy of like maybe having a tendency to avoid the difficult processing of emotion. So it's about the interweaving of the masculine and feminine, masculine in action and doing, and avoidance of emotion and doing things. But it's like really you're being called by the universe now, by the moon, by the goddess, the feminine, to sit with both, to allow your masculine to process repressed, suppressed emotions, and allow the feminine to love you. Allow yourself to be loved. You are worthy of love. You are enough in your being. And as the affirmation said, I allow romance to touch my heart every day. It's love. Romance is love. It's pure unconditional love, which is source energy. It's like, allow yourself to feel the love every day. It's goddess, rose, love, feminine, Sophia energy. And just sitting out, we have the Five of Swords card. So this is kind of like indecision, headaches, working out which path to go on. It's almost like, sounds quite harsh, and this doesn't apply to everyone, but I'm getting the word accident, like there was something that happened in the past that was an accident. It might have been to you or someone else, and there's some guilt or shame attached to this. Like, I'm hearing that you need to forgive yourself for things of the past or wrongdoings of the past and let yourself move forward. This guilt pecking at you is like not getting you anywhere. It's keeping you more stuck. And here's this part of you that longs for this freedom, but they're so far in the distance because you're allowing all these other thoughts to pull you down. And it's kind of like you've got the wings of freedom. You just need to step away from people, places and things that are igniting old memories that don't serve you. So it's coming up for a reason, to be processed, purged, transfigured, released. But don't hold on to it. You're better than like this. I feel like this guy, this energy, they've got really low self-worth. And if that resonates with you, just know that you have so much love within your heart, and the universe has so much love for you that you don't deserve to pull yourself down. The universe doesn't want you to pull yourself down. It wants you to plan, to make the steps towards not necessarily climbing not necessarily climbing a physical mountain, but metaphysically, like you've climbed the mountain and it's this yellow again, this dawn of a new day, this solar plexus, this passion. Rain's coming down right now. I hope you can hear me still. The thunder, which is the chaos, the Vesuvius, the lava, the feminine. It is the sacred rage, the repressed rage, and it's purification. This is cleansing. And the fact that that's coming down in this video now is like, you are being cleansed right now, energetically, in this reading and at this time in your life. You're being cleansed and purified, and that includes all parts of your inner child that's pushed down emotions for too long that just want to be come up and seen and acknowledged. And yeah, you can go into the nitty-gritty of it, or you can just learn to love and accept yourself and know that you're enough, and that'll be enough to push you forward and allow yourself to be in your passions, in your creativity, I'm hearing. And the red thread, the goddess, it's like embodying your divinity, your holy embodiedness in your physical form. Yeah, that's going to bring you happiness. I've got the word, I've got happiness and love here. So look, holy love. This is the Shekinah, the divine feminine, the Holy Spirit, the dove over waters. It could be the dove over turbulent waters, but this is sacred, pure, flowing waters. I'm hearing baptismal, I'm hearing holy font, I'm hearing the birth canal. It's like rebirthing yourself anew, this transfiguration into this dove, into, because we was getting bird analogy earlier, and there was like this big bird overlooking, and it's transfigured into this peaceful goddess energy, the white dove, it's like peace and love and unconditional source light. And here is Shambhala, so it is sacred, secret, ancient places within your heart portal, within your soul, that connects you to source, to this pure, again, mountain frequencies. That's been quite resonant. We had the Vesuvius, and we had Machu Picchu with the planning, the energy that's coming through. Again, this is mountainous, but here, like, which is the Himalayas, and it's sacred energy supposedly, and it feels pure. Even in this image, even the image I'm getting and the feeling I'm getting now is pure energy. So overcoming the mountains, you come so far, but also going into the sacred temple of your heart and loving yourself and allowing the universe to love you as it is cleansing and purifying you, as this rainfall is happening and this thunder, and you're being purged of old anger to learn how to love and accept all parts of yourself and release shame and guilt and love it. Allow yourself to receive the love that you craved as a child and give that to others unconditionally. How can you love yourself unconditionally? The Eight of Swords is like this energy of like not seeing your worth, feeling like you're stuck and trapped in the way that you are. But when you shift your relationship to yourself and the way that you see yourself in this divine mirror, you will acknowledge the new beginnings, this egg-like nest shell space you're sitting in, and see that there is a way forward, transfigured. You're not tied up. Birds, you are free. You're in this nest. Bird symbology. Look at what birds are in your field at the moment, and look up the spiritual meaning of that, because there's a definite significance in that, and I feel like it's associated to your freedom. And this is about freedom too. You will find your freedom when you have a better relationship with yourself, when you see yourself for who you truly are, your divine goddess frequency. And yeah, the egg, the new beginning, the rebirthing, the purification. You are being rebirthed at this time. So if you can get in bodies of water, in a river safely, or anywhere, even a swimming pool or the ocean, allow yourself to like float back and like baptize yourself in the sacred waters. And it's not in a religious way, in a really significant spiritual way of this new beginning in your life. You've climbed the mountain, you've stood on the top, you've come a long way in your empowerment, but you really need to step into your sovereign power, I'm hearing, by loving yourself, and then the universe will love you. The universe already loves you, but in that sense, I'm getting that when you love yourself, your reality, your universe will reflect that, and the offers and abundance will start to flow in that you once didn't think that you were worthy of. And I'm just going to finish on this card, which is courage. Again, did I have that before? No, but it's another boat in the ocean of choppy waters, turbulence, chaotic external, and you finding your sacred center, your heart, having the courage to move forwards no matter what is going on externally. Find your peace, find your power through these mountains again, and explore the new territories. This literally says Vikings in the New World. It's like you are the divine saviors, warriors, and your inner child, you don't need to fight anymore. I think I was getting that before. Your inner child, you don't need to fight anymore. You're now transitioning into the new world. Your frequency is enough. You are enough. Put down the swords, the weapons, the fighting, the defense mechanisms. Hug your inner child. Dance out the tantrums and just love yourself. Be in water, be in love with yourself first and foremost. So I hope that resonated. And yeah, just let me know what connected with you symbolically. I'd love to know. And thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to doing it again in the next reading. Bye for now.